Good morning, students. Welcome back again. We were discussing chapter number 10, right? The name of the chapter is India Agriculture. I hope we are clear with the concepts that we have read in the previous session, right? Still, very fastly, I am going to start from the beginning of the chapter so you will recall what it is. First, we knew about agriculture, what agriculture is, how much percentage India is relying on agriculture in the terms of India's economy, in the first and the second paragraph. Then we saw the types of farming, right? There are 6 types of farming: subsistence, dry, wet, shifting, plantation and intensive farming. Then we saw the new topic, that is farming methods. Again, 3 types of farming methods that we saw, that is organic, sustainable and mixed farming. Then we tried to understand the particular agricultural products which are being developed in India, that is based on 3 seasons. So which are the 3 seasons? Monsoon, winter and summer, right? Then we came to the main agricultural crops. Then we saw this chart, right? We saw this chart and there are many particular topics which are being given, that is food grains, pulses, oilseeds, beverages, cash crops, condiments, fruits and vegetables, right? And you have all the sub points in each and every topic. Yesterday again I draw a chart over here in which I showed the analysis, what are the things that have been included in this particular chapter and what are the things where in general overview is given, right? So we stopped around the particular concept, that is hot beverages. That was the last concept that we did, that is hot beverages: tea, coffee and coca, that is cocoa. That was the last topic that we did in yesterday's session. So let's move ahead with today's topic, that is cash crops. That is cash crops, right? What is cash crops? Cash crops means જે raw material હોય particular agriculture ની અંદર કોઈ વાવેલી વસ્તુ એ directly market માં sell થઈ જાય, that is known as cash crops. That is known as cash crops. Moving ahead, the first cash crop, that is cotton. That is cotton. Cotton is a kharif crop. Underline the sentence. Cotton holds an important place as a cash crop in Gujarat and in India. At world level, India is at 2nd place in the production, usage and export of cotton. Again, underline the sentence. At the world level, in the terms of production, India stands on 2nd place in the terms of cotton. Cotton without seed is obtained from cotton plant. This cotton is known as white gold. This cotton is known as white gold. Underline the particular definition. पूछाई सके exam में, what is white gold, right? Cotton without seed is obtained from cotton plant, right? This cotton is known as white gold in India. Besides this, cotton seed oil is used to prepare edible oil, and its seeds and oil cake are used as animal food. Black lava soil which can retain humidity for longer time, soil with plenty of mineral contents, hot and humid climate, 20 to 35 degree temperature, underline 20 to 35 degree temperature, 30 to 70 centimeters of rainfall, etc. are favorable for cotton, right? The growing season for cotton is around about 6 to 8 months. Frost damages the cotton crop. In India, major cotton producing states: Gujarat, Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan, Punjab, Tamil Nadu and Odisha. There are 9 to 10 states which are being given. As per yesterday's session, I told you, if you cannot remember all the points, for those students who cannot remember all the points, you can remember 4 points, right? As the farmers of Gujarat have accepted BT cotton seeds, cotton seeds are BT namna, right? BT cotton seeds. Gujarat stands first in India in the area sown. Gujarat stands first in India in the terms of area sown. Right? Productivity, total production and quality of cotton. Cotton is grown more in Surendranagar, Rajkot, Baroda, Ahmedabad, Sabarkantha, Mehsana, Botad, Bharuch, Kheda, Surat, Panchmahal, Amreli, Bhavnagar, Patan, Junagadh and Jamnagar district. Almost બધા districts, right? ઘણા બધા districts ના નામ છે, right? That is where is the cotton being grown, right? But બહુ મોટો paragraph છે. The paragraph is too big. So how will you remember if this concept is being asked, right? First point, cotton is a kharif crop. Second point, it holds an important place as cash crop in Gujarat. Third point, India stands at a second place in the terms of production. Fourth point, it requires 20 to 35 degrees of temperature. Fifth point, it requires 30 to 70 centimeters of rainfall. Sixth point, major producing states are Gujarat, Maharashtra, Telangana and Karnataka. 4. And fifth, Gujarat stands first in India. Gujarat stands first in India in the terms of area sown. Sixth, cotton is grown more in Surendranagar, Rajkot, Baroda, Ahmedabad and Sabarkantha district. 6 to 7 points. This is how you can remember cash crop, that is cotton. That is cotton. 6 to 7 point enough. Right? Moving ahead. There is one particular image is also been given, but I'll teach you maps at the end of the session once we are done with the syllabus. It is a very easy concept, you just need to remember. અને અત્યારે જેટલી વસ્તુ અંડરલાઈન કરાવું છું એ બધાના સ્ટેટ્સ આપેલા છે, રાઈટ? જો તમને સ્ટેટ્સ ખબર હોય, there are total 28 states. Where 28 states are there? ઇન્ડિયાના મેપમાં 28 states કઈ જગ્યાએ છે? તો જે જગ્યાએ જે સ્ટેટ્સના નામ આપેલા છે ત્યાં તમે તમારો ખાલી કોટન હોય તો કોટનનો સી, ટી હોય તો ટી એનો કેપિટલ તમે મૂકી શકો છો. So that is what map it is, right? એમાં કઈ જ નથી. You should know what states is, but still at the end of the syllabus again I'll teach you what maps is, right? Right now we are not beginning with maps, but at the end of the particular syllabus, right? We'll discuss how to learn maps. Moving ahead. Second concept, that is sugarcane. That is sugarcane, right? Cash crop છે. શું છે? Cash crop. Sugarcane. Sugarcane is a major crop in India. Maximum sugarcane is sown in India in the world. In production, India ranks second after Brazil. Underline the sentence, right? Sugarcane ma China nathi. It is Brazil, right? We again stand on the second rank. So સૌથી વધારે sugar particular ક્યાં થાય છે? Sugarcane in Brazil, right? Sugar, gur, khandsari and ethanol are produced out of the sugarcane. Black fertile alluvial soil, lava soil, hot and humid climate, 21 to 27 degrees of temperature, 75 to 100 centimeters of rainfall is necessary for sugarcane. Uttar Pradesh is at the top in the area sown, but Maharashtra leads in the production. South Gujarat and Saurashtra produce more sugarcane in Gujarat. More sugarcane in Gujarat. હવે આગળની લાઈન એક ખાસ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ છે, સમજવાની ટ્રાય કરજો. Uttar Pradesh is the top in the area sown, but Maharashtra leads in the terms of production. In the terms of production, what is this difference? Uttar Pradesh ની અંદર જે એરિયા છે that is quite large in the terms of developing sugarcane. In the terms of developing sugarcane, એટલે વાવેતર છે ને sugarcane નું બહુ મોટા એરિયામાં થાય છે ઉત્તર પ્રદેશમાં. બટ જ્યારે પ્રોડક્શનની વાત આવે તો મહારાષ્ટ્રમાં ઉત્તર પ્રદેશ કરતા પ્રોડક્શન ઓછું, એરિયા સોન ઓછો છે બટ પ્રોડક્શન જાડું છે. દેટ મીન્સ ઉત્તર પ્રદેશની અંદર જ્યારે સુગરકેન વાવવામાં આવે છે તો ઘણી બધી એવી સુગરકેન છે એ ડિસ્ટ્રોય થઈ જાય છે અથવા બગડી જાય છે અથવા ડેમેજ થઈ જાય છે બીકોઝ ઓફ ધી seeds or because of the climate change or because of કોઈ બી એનિમલ્સ આવીને બધું બગાડી નાખે, રાઈટ? વાઇલ્ડ એનિમલ્સ. એટલે અહીંયા ડિફરન્સ એ કહેવા માંગે છે કે ઇન્ડિયાની અંદર જે એરિયા સોન છે ઉત્તર પ્રદેશનો that is the biggest, but when it comes to the terms of production, Maharashtra is quite ahead compared to ઉત્તર પ્રદેશ. એટલે મહારાષ્ટ્રનો એરિયા નાનો છે પણ જ્યારે પ્રોડક્શનની વાત આવે ને તો મહારાષ્ટ્રનું પ્રોડક્શન ઉત્તર પ્રદેશ કરતાં વધારે થાય છે કારણ કે ઉત્તર પ્રદેશમાં ડેમેજ વધારે થાય છે એટલે એનું પ્રોડક્શન ઓટોમેટિકલી ઓછું થઈ જાય. as simple as that, right? Next, that is it requires 21 to 27 degrees, 75 to 100 centimeters of rainfall. Gujaratમાં South Gujarat and Saurashtra produces more sugarcane in Gujarat. Produces more sugarcane in Gujarat, right? So this is how you will remember. I hope you can make the points now, right? બહુ નાનકડો એવો પેરેગ્રાફ છે, easily તમે 4 to 5 points બનાવી શકશો. Moving ahead, jute. See, જૂટનું એક કલ્ટિવેશનની પ્રોસેસ પણ આપેલી છે. સી, રાઈટ? જૂટ કલ્ટિવેશન બધું ઇમેજીસ આપેલું છે. પ્લાન્ટ્સ છે જે કેટલા લાંબા થાય છે, હાઉ બિગ દે આર, રાઈટ? એન્ડ હાઉ ધ પ્રોસેસ ઇઝ બીન ડન, રાઈટ? એની એક પર્ટિક્યુલર ઇમેજ આપેલી છે. Jute produces maximum of the jute That is, India produces maximum jute in this world. Underline the sentence. Jute ma India produces maximum in the world. In the terms of production, jute maximum India produce करे છે. Right? The jute fiber is called golden fiber. Underline the sentence. Which fiber is called golden fiber? Jute fiber. Right? Jute cloth, gunny bags, mattresses, જે આપણે કાર્પેટ્સ કહીએ ને આપણા ઘરમાં હોય એ, ropes, દોરી, bags, footwears, handicrafts items are being made from jute. India has a strong competition from Bangladesh with regards to cheap labor in just industry, that is in this industry. Jute requires fertile soil of delta region. Underline the sentence. Jute requires fertile soil of the delta region where new sediments is deposited every year. Hot and humid climate, 30 to 40 degree of temperature, more than 100 centimeters of rainfall. Jute is grown more in Ganga Delta in West Bengal, Assam, Bihar, Orissa and Uttar Pradesh. So how will you make the points? Point number 1. Maximum production of the jute is done in India, in the world. Second, jute is also known as golden fiber. Third, from jute, bags, gunny bags, mattresses, ropes and footwears are being made. Fourth, that is, jute requires fertile soil. Fifth, it requires 30 to 40 degree of the Celsius of the temperature. Sixth, that is, it requires more than 100 centimeters of rainfall. And jute is seventh. Jute is grown more in West Bengal, Assam, Bihar, Orissa and Uttar Pradesh. This is how you can make the points. Right? Moving ahead. Tobacco, tambaku. Right? Tobacco is a kharif crop. Underline the sentence. Tobacco is a kharif crop. Sandy loamy soil. Sandy loamy soil. 20 degrees Celsius temperature and 100 centimeters of rainfall. First, kharif crop. Second, loamy soil. Third, 20 degrees Celsius temperature. And fourth, 100 centimeters of rainfall are suitable for tobacco cultivation. Soil is determining factor than climate for tobacco cultivation. Major four countries in the world grow and export tobacco are China, Brazil, India and USA. આખા વર્લ્ડમાં 4 મેજર પ્રોડ્યુસર્સ છે ટોબેકોના. First is China, second one is Brazil, third one is India and fourth one is United States. Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka are major state producing tobacco in India. જો પાછા 4 નામ આપેલા છે, right? So 4 names is enough, right? ફરીથી કહું છું, ગુજરાત, આંધ્ર પ્રદેશ, ઉત્તર પ્રદેશ and Karnataka. These are the 4 states in India where major production of tobacco is being done. The Charotar region of Kheda, that is Anand district, Mehsana, Baroda, Panchmahal grow more tobacco, right? તમે આણંદ જાઓ ને ખેડા, right? ચરોતર ગામમાં તમે જાઓ ને તમને લિટરલી સ્મેલ આવે, right? એટલું બધું amount of production tobaccoનું થાય છે, right? So Charotar region of Kheda, Anand district, Mehsana, Baroda, Panchmahal grow more tobacco. About 80% of BD, cigarette or BD, right? Tobacco of India is produced in Gujarat. 80% જે બીડી બને, right? એનું પ્રોડક્શન લોકલ ગુજરાતમાં જ થાય છે. ટોબેકો બી ગુજરાતમાંથી લે છે અને બીડીનું જે પ્રોડક્શન છે that is 80% is being done in Gujarat. Tobacco is used to make gutka, BD, cigarette, snuff, etc. Tobacco consumption is harmful to health. Sikkim is the first state to ban tobacco and gutka, right? The first state in India to ban tobacco and gutka is Sikkim, right? Indian economy ની અંદર ઘણી બધા factors, ઘણી બધી વસ્તુ એવી છે, right? જે સોસાયટી માટે બહુ હાર્મફુલ છે. ટોબેકો, રાઈટ, સિગારેટ્સ, ડ્રિંક્સ, આ બધી વસ્તુ એવી છે જે હ્યુમન્સ જે સોસાયટીમાં રહે છે એને પાછો ખેંચી જાય, રાઈટ, અને એક નશો ક્રિએટ કરી નાખે જેના લીધે ઇન્ડિયન ઇકોનોમીને અસર પડે છે, રાઈટ. Because in India there are certain this types of factors, right, which are spreading like anything. So we are educated, right, and we should stop all these things, right. હજી તમારી એજ ઘણી નાની છે, but it's better to avoid all these things, right. આપણે ઘણીવાર સોસાયટીમાં જોતા હોય, આજુબાજુ જોતા હોય, રિલેટિવમાં જોતા હોય, right, and we have an imagination how it would be. So it's a request to all the students, right, avoid all these things in your life that will make you a better and good person, right, because we are educated, and we should stop all these things because the company itself who is making all these things are writing on that packet it causes cancer. જે બનાવવા વાળો છે ને એ પોતે જ લખે છે આનાથી કેન્સર, રાઈટ, અને પછી જે પીવા વાળો છે ને that is the worst person in this world, that is the fool in this world, કારણ કે ખબર છે કે થાય છે છતાંય પીવે, right. So as an educated students of the particular nation we should stop all these things, right, because we only can make the change, right, we only can make the change, right? Moving ahead, rubber is prepared out of the milk oozing out of the latex trees. Trees are, right, બધા ફોરેસ્ટમાં આ ટાઈપના ટ્રીઝ હોય, રાઈટ, લેટેક્સ ટ્રીઝ, યુ કેન સર્ચ ઇટ ઓન ધી નેટ ઓલ્સો. એમાંથી કેવી રીતે મિલ્કમાંથી રબર પ્રોડ્યુસ થાય છે. Acetic acid is mixed with the milk collected from the rubber plantation. Then it is heated on low temperature to obtain rubber. It is used in many industrial products like tires, tubes, etc. Rubber plantation is carried out in the regions of hot and humid climate and requires heavy rainfall. Malaysia ranks first in the world in the terms of rubber production. In India, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Assam and Tripura are rubber producing states. Right? Now points કેવી રીતે બનાવશો? Point number 1. Rubber is prepared out of the milk oozing, that is coming out, oozing of the latex trees. Second, acetic acid is mixed with the milk from the rubber plantation. Third, rubber plantation is carried out in the regions of hot and humid climate. Fourth, it is used in industrial products like tires, tubes, etc. Fifth, it requires heavy rainfall. Sixth, Malaysia ranks first in the world in the terms of rubber production. Right? And 7, in India, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Assam are rubber producing states. This is how you can make the points and remember the concepts, right? Next, new topic, that is condiment and spices. So હવે condiment and spices માં તમે જુઓ ઘણા બધા પોઈન્ટ્સ છે. કમિંગ સીડ્સ, ફિનેલ, ઇસબગોલ, કોરિએન્ડર, ફેનુગ્રીક, અજવાઇન that is અજમો, બ્લેક પેપર એન્ડ ગાર્લિક. હવે અહીંયા એક પેરેગ્રાફમાં એનો ઓવરવ્યુ આપી દીધો છે, રાઈટ, વોટ ઇટ ઇઝ. લેટ્સ લુક. Gujarat ranked first in the production of cumming seed, fennel seed and isabgol in the world. એ બધા એક ટાઈપના પર્ટિક્યુલર કોન્ડિમેન્ટ્સ જ છે, રાઈટ, એક સ્પીસીસ છે. They are not that much big but small. ધાણા કેવા હોય, રાઈટ, એ ટાઈપના. Besides this, India leads in the production and exports of dried coriander એટલે દાણા, right, fenugreek, mustard, suwa and ajwain. India contributes about 35% in the total world production of condiments. Underline the sentence. India contributes around 35% in the total world production of condiments. India, black pepper, cinnamon, clove, etc. are in high demand in the country and even in the world. Ashwagandha, tulsi, kariyattu, mindi owl, white mulsi, madhushini, ashok, garmal, lindi pepper, galo, aloe vera, etc. are included as in medical plants. And mint, menthol, palmzora, lemongrass, etc. are included as flavored crops. આમાં ઘણા બધા terms એવા છે that even I have never heard of, but in short they are being made for the medical purposes. Right? એવું કહેવામાં આવે કે એલોવેરા સ્કિન ઉપર લગાડો તો સ્કિન માંથી કહેવાય ને જે બધું ડર્ટ હોય એ ઇઝીલી નીકળી જાય અને ઇટ ગ્લોઝ. તો એવા ઘણા બધા પ્લાન્ટ્સના નામ છે, રાઈટ, કે જે મેડિકલ પર્પઝ માટે યુઝ થાય છે. શેના માટે? મેડિકલ પર્પઝ માટે, રાઈટ. એન્ડ સમ આર યુઝડ એઝ એન ફ્લેવર ક્રોપ્સ, ધેટ ઇઝ મિથેનોલ, લેમનગ્રાસ, મિન્ટ, એક્સેટ્રા. રાઈટ. સો ધીસ ઇઝ અબાઉટ કોન્ડિમેન્ટ એન્ડ સ્પાઇસીસ. કેવી રીતે પોઈન્ટ્સ બનાવશો? Point number 1. Gujarat ranked first in the production of cumin seed. First, that is enough. Second point. India contributes about 35% in the total world production of condiments. Third, India black pepper, cinnamon, clove are in high demand in country as well as in the world. Fourth, ashwagandha, tulsi, white mulsi, ashok, etc. are included as medical plants. And fifth, mint, methanol, lemongrass are included as flavored crops. Right? So this is how you can make 5 points. That is condiments and spices. And moving towards the last concept, that is fruits, vegetables and flowers. In food production, India ranks second after China. Again, we are on the second place, right? India ranks second after China. Underline the sentence. Fruits like banana, mango, apple, grape, naspati, orange, etc. are grown in India. Bananas are grown in Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Maharashtra. Apples in Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and grapes in Uttarakhand, Maharashtra, Himachal Pradesh, Kashmir, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh. As the grape production is less than its demand, it is imported from Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Australia. Besides, various vegetables are grown. Flowers like rose, jui, mogro, galgutta, etc. are also cultivated. That is, are also being grown. Thus, various crops are grown in India. Now, how will you make the points? Point number 1. First, India ranks second after China. Second, fruits like banana, mango, apple, grapes, orange, etc. are grown in India. Third, bananas are grown in Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. Fourth, apples in Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. Fifth, grapes in Uttarakhand, Maharashtra and Himachal Pradesh. Sixth, as the grape production is low, it has been imported from Pakistan, Afghanistan and Australia. Seventh, thus various crops are being grown in India. Seventh, flowers like rose, jui, mogro are also being cultivated. Thus, various crops are being developed in India. Right? So here we complete the whole chart. Right? અહીંયા આખો chart પૂરો થાય છે. Right? From first, that is food grains, that is paddy, ત્યાંથી લઈને flowers સુધી, fruits, vegetables and flowers. So whatever we have discussed today, that belongs to this whole chart. મેં ગઈકાલે એક ચાર્ટ ડ્રો કર્યો હતો, રાઈટ? એમાં છેલ્લો કોન્સેપ્ટ જે હતો, that we have completed. ઇમેજિન કરો કેટલા અલગ અલગ કોન્સેપ્ટ્સ છે, બધાનું અલગ અલગ ટેમ્પરેચર છે, બધાનું અલગ અલગ સેન્ટીમીટર્સનું રેનફોલ છે, અલગ અલગ સ્ટેટ્સ આપેલા છે, અલગ ગુજરાતમાં અલગ અલગ બેસિસ છે. આ બધી વસ્તુ જો તમે અંડરલાઈન કરી હશે, તમે લખવાની પ્રેક્ટિસ રાખતા હશો, તો આખો કોન્સેપ્ટ તમને ઇઝી થઈ જશે. Right? And it would even help you in maps also. Automatically a point તમને ખબર પડી જશે. પેડી તો કે આ સ્ટેટ, ગુજરાતમાં તો કે આ પર્ટિક્યુલર ડિસ્ટ્રિક્ટ, રાઈટ? પછી વીટ તો કે આ સ્ટેટ, તો પછી કયું ગુજરાતમાં તો કે આ ડિસ્ટ્રિક્ટ, રાઈટ? એ બધી વસ્તુ આપણે અંડરલાઈન કરી છે. એ ખાલી તમારે જોવાની છે, રોજ પ્રેક્ટિસ કરવાની છે વાંચવાની, અને જેટલું તમે એ રીડિંગ પ્રેક્ટિસ ઇમ્પ્રૂવ કરશો, ઓટોમેટિકલી એ તમને ખબર પડી જશે. Right? So I hope the whole concept of major agricultural products in India is clear. That is from food grains to fruits, vegetables and flowers. Right? Now we are moving with the new concept, that is technical and institutional reforms. Technical and institutional reforms. What it is? Let's look into the textbook. Earlier, farming was carried out by simple and ordinary farm implements like sickle, spade, hoe, that is powder, drill, plug, bullock cart, etc. જૂની જમાનાની સિસ્ટમ, રાઈટ? જે એગ્રીકલ્ચરલ કોન્સેપ્ટ હતો જેમાં કોઈ મશીનરી યુઝ નહોતી થતી, બટ બળદગાડું, પછી પાવડો, રાઈટ, સિકલ ખોદવા માટે એ બધી વસ્તુ યુઝ થતી હતી, રાઈટ? Now modern implements have entered into which uses tractor, trailers, પાછળ પેલા trailers હોય જે એક સાથે બધું plugging process ચાલુ થઈ જાય, that is trailers, rotavators, etc. are common. Besides, modern equipment like threshers and harvesters are used in wheat harvesting. Harvesters હવે તો આવી ગયા, step by step automatic harvesting થતું જાય by the machine, right? This is an increase in the usage of chemical fertilizers, hybrid seeds, BT seeds, insecticides, drip irrigations and greenhouse etc. is being developed, right? एकदम लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी છે, નવી સિસ્ટમ્સ, નવી મશીન્સ, હાર્વેસ્ટિંગ ની, કેમિકલ નો, ફર્ટિલાઇઝર્સ નો યુઝ, BT seeds that is hybrid seeds એ વાવવામાં આવે એટલે એનું પર્ટિક્યુલર જે ગ્રોથ છે એ પર્ટિક્યુલર પ્લાન્ટ છે કે કોઈ વીટ છે, પેડી છે, રાઈસ છે, કોઈ ફ્રૂટ છે, that becomes very strong, right? So let's look what are the technical reforms in the agricultural concepts. Point number 1, the farmer who earlier used leather buckets and water wheel now uses submersible pumps or monoblock pump, solar pump, drip irrigation and sprinkles, right? एकदम लेटेस्ट सिस्टम આવી ગઈ છે. પહેલાના જમાનામાં શું હતું? લેધર બકેટ્સ એન્ડ વોટર વ્હીલ, પેલું વ્હીલ હોય એમાં પાણી ગોળ ગોળ ફેરા કરે અને પછી એ ફ્લો થઈને નીચે ફાર્મિંગમાં જાય, રાઈટ? હવે એ કોન્સેપ્ટ નીકળી ગયો. હવે શું આવી ગયું છે? પમ્પ્સ આવી ગયા છે, રાઈટ? કેનાલ્સ આવી ગઈ છે, એમાંથી પાણી આવે અને ડાયરેક્ટ એ પમ્પ્સથી એ ફાર્મિંગમાં ઇઝીલી પહોંચી જાય છે, રાઈટ? which requires less efforts from the side of farmer. This is a technical reform. Right? Second, chemical fertilizers like D-ammonia phosphate, that is DAP, nitrogen phosphorus, potash, that is NPK, urea and other biofertilizers, that is liquid biofertilizer, and biotech seeds are being used, right? These are some particular types of seeds which improves the quality of the particular plant and gives the good result, right? A type na seeds, a type na chemicals use થાય છે, right? This is again a technical reform. એટલે farmer એ શું કરવાનું? એક જ વારનું ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ, right? Latest technology, machinery, system, farming methods, jet pumps, right? Electric motors, આ બધું આવી ગયું છે. Hybrid seeds, એક જ વાર બધું વ્યવસ્થિત પ્લાનિંગ કરીને મૂકવાનું છે. જેવું season આવે automatically it is going to give the good and the desired result, right? Farmers are constantly guided through radio, television, newspapers, DD Kisan channel, SMS or mobile by the Kisan toll free number, એક નંબર પણ આપેલો છે. Government farm web portals, iKhedut, a mobile app like Agri Market, right? એકદમ latest system, technology. ઘણીવાર farmers are uneducated હોય છે. Many times it happens that they don't know what to do, right? So they will have no idea how the process is being done. So many government channels, that is DD Kisan, SMS, mobile services, right? Radio, toll free number, all these things are being given to the farmer. So they can call on this, they can give their query, this is how it is, the problem, what to do, right? And automatically the solutions will be given, right? Next, new agricultural researches and new techniques are conveyed to the farmers in the villages by Gram Sevak, right? ગામડામાં એવા ઓફિસર્સ કે એવા લોકો મૂકવામાં આવે જેને ગ્રામ સેવક કહેવાય. એ ગામડાઓમાં જઈને ફાર્મર્સને નોલેજ આપે, એજ્યુકેશન આપે, કેમિકલ્સ, ફર્ટિલાઇઝર્સ, ન્યૂ ટેકનિક્સ, ન્યૂ મેથડ્સ, ન્યૂ વેઝ ઓફ ફાર્મિંગ, right? So that the production increases. These are known as some technical reforms, right? Next, a farming training center is established in every district headquarter wherein the farmers are given training. Every district एक ट्रेनिंग सेंटर डेवलप કરવામાં આવ્યું, કે ત્યાં જઈને farmers learn કરે how they need to do the agricultural process, right? Next, recent information and guidance are provided to the farmers through agricultural fairs in Gujarat. ગુજરાતમાં ઘણીવાર મેળો થાય એટલે આજુબાજુના ગામડાઓમાંથી કે ડિસ્ટ્રિક્ટ્સમાંથી લોકો આવે, they come into that fair, they have the knowledge, the experts who are there in the fair, they give each and every information of the chemicals, of the seeds, of the particular fertilizers, of the spray, how to develop, what the amount of water is required, how you need to change the process, how easily you can grow it, what are the new methods and everything, right? એવો એક મેળો જ હોય. મેળો એટલે fair, જ્યાં બધા ભેગા થાય farmers and they get all the information, right? Every year this concept is again being done. Next, agricultural university and agricultural colleges are also established in every state, right? Father hoy, farmer hoy, and son, that is the next generation, એને બી એમાં આગળ વધારવો હોય તો હવે એજ્યુકેશનમાં પણ ફાર્મિંગને ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ દેવામાં આવ્યું છે, રાઈટ? તો એગ્રીકલ્ચરલ કોલેજીસ ઇન એવરી સ્ટેટ્સ ઇઝ બીંગ અગેન ડેવલપ્ડ. Agricultural universities are established at Dantewada. जो गुजरात में कई जगह है, दांतीवाड़ा, जूनागढ़, आनंद, नवसारी in Gujarat. This universities carried out research and prepares new experts in the agriculture and creates new experts in the agriculture, right? एकदम young હોય અને educated હોય, college પૂરી કરી હોય agriculture માં, એટલે બધું knowledge book ની અંદર આપેલું હોય. Practical experiments એ લોકોએ ત્યાં કરેલા હોય college ની અંદર. So now they are the experts in the terms of agriculture because they hold a legal degree. They hold a legal degree. એટલે એ લોકો માટે farming કરવું બહુ easy થઈ જશે, right? So that is again giving the benefit. This is known as technical reforms. પહેલા આવું કંઈ જ નહોતું, right? But જેમ situation change થતી ગઈ, concepts change થતા ગયા, education has been given more importance. Even in the terms of agriculture also, now the colleges are being established and students are getting the degree at the end of their particular academic session, so that they can create more agricultural process in a better way. Right? Moving ahead. Besides this, Indian Council for Agriculture Research, that is ICAR, and Department of Agricultural Research and Education, that is DARE, are active at national level. Right? એ લોકો તો એક્ટિવ હોય જ છે, રિસર્ચ કરતા જ રહેતા હોય છે, and they are always on the way to find something new which gives more in the terms of production in the agricultural concept, right? So these are some technical reforms through which the agricultural process is starting to develop, right? Moving ahead towards the last topic, that is institutional reforms. Technical એટલે બધું technically, હવે institutional એટલે institution level, right? હવે એ શું છે જુઓ, point number 1. Government has discarded landlordism and stopped the exploitation of farmers. Landlord system જે હતી ને એ જતી રહી, right? જેની જમીન એ પોતે farmer અને પોતે વાવે અને પોતે profit લઈ જાય. Landlord system જતી રહી. Under the law, land to the tiller, the land tillers have been given their rights to become the owner of the land. પહેલા શું હતું? landlord system હતી. મારી જમીન હોય તો હું દાડિયા રાખી દઉં, એ બધું કામ કરે, એમને 10% મળે, મારા 90%, કારણ કે જમીન મારી. આ સિસ્ટમ નીકળી ગઈ. મારી જમીન હોય તો મારે જ મહેનત કરવાની. પહેલા શું લેબરર્સ મળી જતા હોય, એટલે લેન્ડલોર્ડ સિસ્ટમ હતી. તમારે 10% જોઈએ છે, જે લેબરર્સ હોય ફાર્મની અંદર, એ ઓબ્વિયસલી દે આર ગોઈંગ ટુ સે યસ, રાઈટ? So I make a deal with them. Whatever amount is being produced in the particular sector, 10% will belong to you and the remaining 90% will belong to me. So this system has been abolished. એવો રૂલ આવી ગયો કે જે મહેનત કરે, જે ટીલ કરે, that means the laborers who are making it, એ એમની જમીન જ ગણાશે. એવો નવો નિયમ આવી ગયો. એટલે landlord system abolished થઈ ગઈ. Point number 2. The disparity among the landowners has been removed by the Land Ceiling Act. A concept નીકળી ગયો. Point number 3. Farmers are given financial help for crop subsidy by Kisan Credit Card and by nationalized and cooperative banks. બધી બાજુથી એમને banks help કરે છે, subsidies આપે છે. Point number 4. Farmers are given full insurance protection of their crops through Prime Minister Crop Insurance Scheme. Protection આપે, crops damage થઈ જાય, બહુ વરસાદ આવી જાય, right? ક્રોપ્સ વધારે પડતા ડેમેજ થઈ જાય અથવા સિઝન સક્સેસ નથી જતી, વરસાદ નથી આવતો, ક્રોપ્સ ડ્રાય થઈ જાય છે, તો ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ પણ મળે છે અંદર પ્રાઇમ મિનિસ્ટર ક્રોપ ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ ગવર્મેન્ટ, રાઈટ? Next, by providing legal support, an open auction process is made widespread for the sale of farmer products in the marketing yards. જો માર્કેટિંગ યાર્ડ્સમાં પણ કોઈ મિડલમેન ને એલાઉ કરતા નથી. ફાર્મરની વસ્તુ છે, પોતાની પ્રોડક્ટ છે, રાઈટ, ડાયરેક્ટલી માર્કેટિંગ યાર્ડમાં જઈને એ પોતાની પ્રોડક્ટ સેલ કરી શકે છે. He can directly go into the marketing yard and sell whatever amount of the product that he has developed in the agricultural concept. So there is no middleman. What in previous year used to happen, a middleman used to be there because the farmers are not educated, right? So he used to take commission from both the sides, from the farmer also, and when he puts the product in the marketing yard, from that person also who is accepting it. So he used to get the commission from both the sides, right? Now this concept has been removed. No middleman is there. Farmer can directly put his product into his, or load his particular product into his truck and directly go into the marketing yard, and he can get the amount by as per his own particular way of processing the deal, right? પોતાની રીતે ડીલ કરી શકે છે. પહેલા farmers educated નહોતા, એટલે એ ખબર નહોતી પડતી. હવે technical and institutional reforms ના લીધે farmers have become very active. So there is no middleman right now. So they will get more amount of profit. Next. Facilities like cooperative societies, marketing associations, cooperative warehouse, cold storage, transportation, communication have been provided so that the farmers would get the minimum support price of the farm products. આ બધા benefits એમને મળે છે, right? That is transportation, communication, warehouses, cold storages, right? Cooperative warehouse. Every benefit is being given. જે પ્રોડક્ટ પડી બગડી ના જાય તો એ પ્રોડક્ટના જે રિઝર્વ રાખવામાં આવે છે એના માટે પણ બધા પ્રોટેક્શન્સ આપેલા છે at the institutional level, right? Following organizations are operating from purchase of farm products from the farmers at the supporting price. Supporting price એટલે farmers ને જે સપોર્ટ કરે ને, રાઈટ, એ પ્રાઇસે માર્કેટિંગ યાર્ડની અંદર, રાઈટ, ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન્સ એ વસ્તુ બાય કરે છે. તો કઈ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન્સ બાય કરે છે? પોઈન્ટ નંબર 1, નેશનલ એગ્રીકલ્ચરલ કોઓપરેટિવ માર્કેટિંગ ફેડરેશન ઓફ ઇન્ડિયા, that is NAFED. Second, Gujarat Cooperative Oilseeds Growers Federation, that is GROFED. And the third, that is National Dairy Development Board, that is NDDB, right? They give the price to the farmers in such a way that they will support it. આ institutions એવા છે જે farmers પાસેથી product લે છે, maybe wheat, paddy, rice, fruits, anything. They will give the maximum price to the farmer. પછી એ પ્રોડક્ટ લઈ લેશે અને પ્રોડક્ટ માર્કેટમાં વેચવા મૂકશે, રાઈટ? બટ સપોઝ 10 રૂપીસ હોય તો પૂરેપૂરું આ લોકો, આ ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યુશન્સ, ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન એવું રાખશે એક પ્રોડક્ટનું ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ 10 રૂપીસ હોય તો એ ફાર્મરને પૂરા 10 રૂપીસ જ મળવા જોઈએ. એવું નહીં કે ભાઈ 9 રૂપીસ ફાર્મરને આપો, પ્રોડક્ટ લઈ લો અને 11 રૂપીસમાં માર્કેટમાં સેલ કરી દો. નોટ લાઈક દેટ. Government has established this type of institutions, these 3 names, right, which supports the farmers to give the maximum price to them, right? So these are some institutional reforms. These are some institutional reforms through which a farmer gets all the benefits in the terms of the particular production that he has made in his agricultural field, right? So these are some technical and institutional reforms. કોઈ point underline કરવાની જરૂર નથી, બધા points, bullet points, right? So I hope we are clear what we did today, right? Technical and institutional reforms. If you have any questions, any doubts, you can ask. Wait. Unmute करो.